Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a chess show on Pot TV. My name is Sasha Star, and I would like to introduce today's guests. Let's start with Grandmaster Mikhail Marin and his beautiful, talented wife Maria. Welcome to the show. It's always my pleasure to have you. Hopefully, we will see you soon.
Hello, Sasha. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Then I would like to invite James Ed from Edifan. Hi, James. I don't see you yet, but hopefully you're coming soon. I know that you're in the studio. Hello, Jim. Now, Milan Sombrek, Dr. Sombrek, welcome to the show. And finally, I would like to invite Professor Ken Regan. Welcome to the show, Ken.
Thank you very much for having me on again. And hello, Milan, again. It's a very striking outfit you're wearing.
Yeah. It's great to have you today. I would like to start with you, since I introduced you the last one. Your view on World Championship, and if you like, particularly today's game.
Asking me? So that's...
Sure.
Yes. So, yes, the very interesting game, and actually a very sobering one from the practical point of view. If you like what I put in the chat, because this question number one is whether Ding ever equalized. I think the answer is yes. But the practical question is, why can't Black be better? Because looks like Black has a better center, bishop versus knight, control of the open file at turn 23. And yet there's something about the structure that still makes this more dangerous for Black, as proved.
May I ask you, Ken, could you show the position?
Yes, so so is it okay if we launch into showing? Well, I'll show the position. I have it here.
Yeah.
So oops, I have to get back to sharing the present. Here we go. And share screen, and let's see. I'll just show that one tab. Here we are. Now, is it showing already? Do you see
Not
it?
yet.
No, not yet. Okay. It takes a little while.
No, that's okay.
But
Yep.
I did. This was all standard prep for Nepo, anyways. He said after the game that it was all preparation for him, well into I think to the point that you're sharing. So
Yeah.
he knows this very well, and he chooses to go into it. So I think he thinks white is better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that it's an interesting, deep question as to exactly why. Because, as I said, Black looks to have more control in the center, rook controlling the only good file on the queen side, possibility of a queen side initiative with the pawns, but actually after Ding played the move c4, it was the structures actually looked very bad after the exchange that took place. So there's something latent about this that's not good for Black. Let's see, I guess, are you still not seeing the position?
Now we see it, Ken.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I said, just a casual look. Rook on this file. Black's knight is positioned to guard the invasion points over here. Probably Black can't get in d5 because e5 would be too weak, but the bishop's on a nice diagonal. So why is this better for white? The engine does say, 0.21. It doesn't really mean anything. And rook a2 should be the better follow-up. So let's actually first see how we got here and then what happened.
Right.
So Rui Lopez and I think Anish Giri or some other wag on Twitter said when this was played in the previous game that it was a blunder compared to the Berlin. But yeah, it's Morphy's old move. It allows the Spanish torture, which you can get even with a move like d3. You don't have to go for the early d4 plan with white. And one thing about this is that Black is a little looser on the queen side compared to positions that can reach this by playing the Gioco piano. So we have a Joker-like formation, but White's bishop is very good on b3. So I plays h3 with pin on g4. But on the other hand, it does not look like Black is doing anything fundamentally wrong. And
No.
all of Black's pieces have moved. That's not yet true.
No, but if you allow me just to comment a bit on what you said, well, in my times, which are okay, not remote times, I would not hurry with b5. I mean, why not play d6 at once? I mean, why to give white this possibility? Because it would be Steinitz system deferred with the pawn on d3, which is completely inoffensive.
Yeah.
And even black can go like Portish, bishop g4, knight d7, knight c5, knight e6. But okay, even so, I mean, to play bishop b7 with the pawn on d3 also feels a bit, I don't know, a bit strange. I mean, they play like this these days, but there are some rules I had learned more than 30 years ago, which nobody cares about anymore. And okay, sometimes such accidents happen.
Right.
Mikhail, probably one of the rules what you learned that the pawns don't go backwards, only forward.
Yeah, but you shouldn't say this publicly, because I remember I was yes, I was a commentator on World Chess Network. It was
Yes, I remember. Yes, I do.
And I said this. I said this that pawns never move back. And then there was some guy in the audience. He said, "What does the grandmaster think we are so stupid? We don't know how the pieces move. We don't know that the pawns don't go back." And he was so outraged that I made full out of
Well,
that.
with some people, you can't win. It doesn't matter what you say; they're going to take offense.
Yes,
but I think
yes.
it's a harmless remark, but it does remind us that each opponent dance is precious because it can't be retracted. And it's a good rule of thumb, and I hope that's not one of the ones they're forgetting in play today. But I personally have seen b5 played so often, it didn't occur to me that you might think it was less than optimal. So it's good that you pointed that out.
So you're talking about the b5 move here.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
just
think
this
it's very
D6.
important. It's
Just
very
D6,
important, Mikhail, what you just said before, that after pawn moved to d3, then you don't need to play b5, because if white would play normally c3, d4 setup, then b5 is justified. But
Yes, okay, you
don't need it.
you can play b5 later. Now there is a danger that he takes on c6 and on e5.
In fact, you could threaten to play very quickly, not even d6, castle, and then d5 at some point.
No. If castle, then he takes the pawn. He takes on c6 and on e5.
Yeah, okay, so you cannot castle right now. Okay, so you first still need to protect the pawn.
Please move the board a bit. Yes, like this.
Yes. So there we go. Yep. So this is how the game unfolds at the end.
And if you play b5, then at least do something like keep the pawn on d7 and be ready to play in the spirit of the martial attack. I mean, just castle, and after bishop b7, play d5. I don't know the theory. I'm not playing the martial, but at least be consequent. I mean, but here, of course, yes, bishop g5. He was surprised by this, but okay. To my mind, is the first move that would make me feel a bit uncomfortable, because of course there is a square on d5, and if we exchange the knight, then the square on d5 will be really weak.
I would do that, and I guess
yes, or knight d7. Yeah, or knight d7. No,
right, knight d7 is also
knight d7 and the knight b6.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
better.
Yeah, but he played h6.
Yeah, which is a little weakening. That's a little loosening.
This wastes the tempo, and it's also weakening.
Yeah.
And no, you understand. Okay, it is difficult to win easily at chess, but okay, if you get this with white, you are not unhappy. It's and well, the
you're not unhappy, right? Yeah, this is okay. I think for black should be.
No, you are not unhappy with white.
You're not unhappy with white. Okay.
I mean, you play d3 or move 5. You can't get more than that.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Yeah, I guess so. But this is the position that we reached
Right.
before here, and
No,
question.
and now you said that you are surprised that the engines give some advantage for white, but okay, if I think if I look at the
They
position
do.
without
I mean,
engines,
I mean, this is what the engine wants to do here, and so this is, I mean, this is consequent for black.
yes, but you know what the problem is? I mean, the feature is white. If white plays h5 and knight h4, he exchanges the knight, and then the d5 square will be his.
Yeah.
And on the a file, there's not so much happening. I mean, okay, whether it's only a symbolic advantage or a small advantage you cannot increase, or something really concrete.
Mikhail, but in that line, black, after playing queen a6, what we looked at previously,
Yes,
then
yes.
black may play queen a4, trying to exchange the queens. After that, I don't think that they would have any difficulty.
Okay, so h5. Let's say no. Let's check h5. No, of course this, and now take with the pawn, maybe. But we take it with the pawn.
Sure, take it with the pawn.
No, but then knight c4. No, the knight c4.
Okay, take it with the rook then.
Yeah, take with the rook. Yeah.
With the rook.
Okay, so I go knight h4.
But generally, what we're saying is that because of the pawn structure, white's minor pieces are better than black's minor pieces.
Yes,
Yeah.
black has to find
If you trade
something.
off the knights, then you've got a bad bishop.
And one of those something could have happened if he had not played h6. He could have played g6 and bishop g7 and f5.
Yeah.
And then, okay, white has the
Yes.
square, but black has more control in general. So
Yeah.
then
The engine
nothing-
says black can play that still. Yeah.
But if he plays that, then okay, it's still not so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I can take. No, I should. Maybe I don't take. No, maybe I don't take yet.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. G3 now.
Yeah. Just play.
G3. Yeah, because the knight is hanging a bit. No, and I want to take on G. I want to play knight d5.
Yeah.
And if you take, then you'll have several. Let's say this knight d5. No.
No, black and black.
Mm,
So you still. It's-
I don't think it's enough to win the game.
yeah.
no.
This says
It-
things have boomeranged on white. Yeah.
Knight g2. Maybe it would have been better to take first on g6. But okay, even now knight. To take on g6. Yeah, I know. I mean, okay, yes, black has to do something to avoid. I agree that rook a2 and queen a4.
Yeah.
C4
very
now.
simple. Mikhail, you know what frustrates me? When I'm looking at the first 5 games. I'm old enough to remember matches Kasparov-Karpov, and the resistance level in those matches were unparalleled. So both of them were getting into worse positions, but they would defend like hell. They would play for 70 moves, 90 moves, or so on. Here, one move here and there, and all of a sudden, one
It's
side
gone. Yes.
No, if we talk about modern matches and Karpov, Kasparov, and some others that have been, of course, we the older guys are disappointed. But what disappoints me in this match, with respect to the ones from the last decade, let's say, or more, is that I cannot complain anymore that they are not playing.
Yeah.
Because they are playing actually. After Carlsen retired, we see some things.
3 out of the first 5 games have been decisive.
Yeah. And I do have a result to announce. According to my intrinsic performance ratings, the average for this match is over 2,800. It is being played to a high standard.
You probably didn't include H3 for H3 in your analysis.
Yeah, I guess not. But
Well,
but,
we're not going to get anywhere comparing anybody to Karpov-Kasparov. That was such a tremendous clash of great players. But the fact is, we're having a world championship without the strongest player, and
this feels so good. I mean, the match is so entertaining,
And the match is actually entertaining. Yes, and
Yeah.
I was very bored by the last couple of championship matches, and I didn't expect any better this time.
Jane, if you can invite two candidate masters, and the match will be even more entertaining than this.
Yeah.
No, I think that the concept that really won the game was this one with e takes f5, because it looks as if when I saw it optically, I thought, okay, but what is White doing here?
Yeah.
And then I understood that he had
right.
I mean,
Mikhail, but in
Now-
few moves, Black will resign. Just a
Right.
few, from this position, you are going to play a few
Yeah.
more moves,
So
and
this
that's
is-
the end of the
this-
game.
This
I
is the key
saw the game.
moment in the game.
I saw the game, so this is what I said, that this was very deep thinking.
Yeah.
Nepo had a very, very deep understanding of the position. And
Yeah,
of course, now the bishop, if the bishop was on f6, then Black would have been better, probably.
Yes. And Black has too much fear over this square. So this is the key moment when the way for Black to hold equality is to put the queen back here.
And play bishop d8, bishop f6 if allowed. Yes.
Right.
By the way, I would like to mention something. I was listening commentaries in Russian by Svidler and Grishchuk. So they found that this maneuver, bishop f6, d8 to b6, is brilliant. That's how Black should play and so on. Now we're talking about how to bring bishop back to f6.
Well, yes.
That's a comedy.
No, but I think that Black would be better with the bishop on f6.
Of course.
Yes.
I mean,
I don't
why not?
understand. What?
Why not?
Okay, so the bishop is threatening to take pawn on f2. Is that why you're keeping it on b6? What other?
Yeah, sure.
Is
Good
there?
point. So we'll see at the very end how Black's bishop on c5 was a useless piece.
Oh my
But,
God!
this is the brilliance of how Nepo
So
conducted it from this point on.
queen d7 is okay. Yes, still.
Yes, queen e7 is okay because you've got the pin on the pawn, and then when
Yes.
White plays queen f4, you have time to play bishop d8. You don't
Well,
have
that
to
looks
worry
like-
about invasion. And
No, but what if queen e4? Queen e4 instead of queen f4. No.
okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see. So and queen e4, by the way, is something to consider. There.
D5 or what?
Oh, d5. Yes, d5.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But that is a point. Well, it's also, I guess, if you play here and then play queen e4, now I guess Black has to see that d5 is really okay. In fact, if Black can't play d5, then this really is terrible. So this is the critical line then.
And
So now-
95 and threatens knight g6. Yes.
Yes, knight e5. Yeah. So
Wow.
now the thing is, Black, I guess, can untangle because there's a check.
And bishop c7 pins the knight. Okay.
Yes, that's the
Okay,
problem.
one and-
Yes.
These
Ah,
versus-
yes.
So this is very frightening because it does look like you're getting mated on
Yes.
h8. So,
yes,
but,
but you know, when I was a child, somebody told me, it's probably completely wrong because we had no computers that time, that the queen is a bad blocking piece for the blockade. The
Right.
queen is very badly suited for the blockade.
I was taught that too.
So,
But
queen-
it was in the old time. In the new times, now it's all different. Now queen is a good blocker.
None of the old rules matter.
no, I must confess that I saw the game by fragments somehow, and I saw a few moves later only. I saw queen g4, and then I saw when the position was already bad for Black.
So queen f6.
But now that I see this position, I mean, that was my first thought, to bring the bishop to f6. I mean, just
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas here, Black is just standing around. Now this is very good for White.
this prevents b4. Yes, okay.
And
Now g4. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Now, okay, the bishop on c5 is simply no, and the whole concept queen d5 and rook e4 was brilliant.
yeah, I don't know what that's for, but
So, but the maneuver, the bishop d8 f6, that's hardly sophisticated. It's seemed crying out to be played. I wonder why it was missed.
Sorry, in this position, just the two moves before that.
No, but I wonder how come then.
Okay, in this
your results are that they played over 2800.
Okay. Okay, rook c8 is a horrible move because both Svidler and Grishchuk recommend plan with queen c8 and queen b7 as soon as possible. This
Yeah,
way, they
that
could
makes sense.
challenge white queen on t5. Now,
Right.
because it will be a skewer on d5 and f3, and this way, somehow black would try to survive.
yeah. This looks horrible for black, though. That's
It
the
looks
problem.
horrible, though. Yeah.
I guess black is okay just playing here, is what the engine's saying. But still, it
Mhm.
looks horrible.
And then queen b7.
Yeah. I guess that's you have to. I guess that's how Kasparov would have defended.
Yeah.
So
And maybe even Karpov.
yes. So, but anyway, it's the game instead went with rook c8. Yeah, rook c8 is just what is black doing here? Black
But
is
Karpov
just-
never had 2800.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and whoops! Now this already is lost. This is
And
the
what
other
was better
surprise
move
thing.
than this? What else?
Black-
could you play?
Queen
Actually,
B7.
the beautiful thing here was after HG rook G4.
No, it's now late. It was he lost two moves: rook c8 and back rook b8. He
Right.
lost two moves in such a critical position.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see where black lost here. So black played king f8, which is a reasonable move. Now here, question is why isn't black playing queen c8 or
Queen
for that matter,
c8.
Queen d7 loses to knight e5.
Yes.
So you have to play
That's why
c8.
queen c8.
That's why you have to play the idea that way. Yeah.
Mhm.
But allowing f6 just looks so awful. That's the problem.
But F6, you have queen takes G4.
Let's see, f6. Well,
No.
queen takes g4. Isn't that mate? Yeah, rook e7. It's mate.
That's the
Yeah. Doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd say it's very scary for black, but I don't know what rook c8 was intending to do, but at any rate, white just
No, of course he should have tried. I mean, okay, he missed the moment with bishop b8, bishop d8, bishop f6, but at least this queen c6,
Yeah.
queen
The
c7.
one-
queen d7.
the one fact that this did allow the g5 move did allow the queen d7 because now you can't play knight e5 because queen takes f5 is okay. So that's the one last gasp that Ding Liren had was to play queen d7 in this position, and then I don't know. Look, there's this. I guess I could get air with queen h3 and take on h5. Wow. Okay. So maybe this is not so horrible for black. Well, I don't know. It says definite advantage for white just playing moves. So
And now queen b7, okay.
queen b7. Yeah, let's see now. The engine says to just take it, play this ending. Now this ending doesn't look too bad for black, I guess, and f6.
Knight g4, but okay, it's it maybe is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's well, I guess if your h6 pawn really falls, then this is bad. So that's probably the ultimate.
But maybe you have to go d5, rook e5, rook d7. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so black took, and right now the computer says, okay, now you're losing. And
Yes,
we'll
because
lose.
if f6, then knight h4, I believe. No,
Yeah, it's just mate.
f6, knight h4, you have to take,
Yeah,
and then h6.
A6.
Yeah, that wins.
Yep, that's
And
beautiful.
You don't have rook b7,
Right.
but even if you had it, then h7 would win.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that's very pretty.
No, that was a bit. I mean, the whole concept he saw, but Ding's opposition was very feeble.
Yeah. So black played.
Well, that's still a quick collapse. At the
Yes,
end.
it is a quick collapse, and this is for the practical player though. The other thing is the fact that black really is losing in this endgame, even though optically black's position looks okay. There's just no defense of this king side. White's h pawn is going to queen.
Right.
So
And black is so rigid on the queen side. I mean, he cannot play d5.
right, can't play d5, and the white's knight on e4 is such a monster, and black's bishop on c5 really is not going anywhere. So this is where one more actually. This is where Ding Liren gave up. So
It's interesting because when you had the the minor pieces earlier, you thought the black bishop was going to be bad because it was behind the pawns, and the knight was going to, I thought, make its presence felt on d5, but it turned out it was on e4. So
I believe that Nepo really showed some original strategic thinking.
Right. White's knight is an octopus, including that in many lines, knight g5 is the killer move. So I mean, what I was musing about, the engine says knight g5 is even better, but you can do this, and now black has to give up the exchange to prevent mate. So it's just that. So anyway, but an interesting food for thought game, I have to say.
Yeah. So. But now the question is can Ding recover? I mean, he did from the first loss, but now it's 2-1. And you're on the ropes again. So, psychologically, what do you think as a competitor, Miguel? What would you say is how hard is it to take another blow to the chin, get knocked to the ground, and get back up again?
Before the match, I had this idea that Ding is not so sure of himself in the beginning of the tournament or match. And he also has these interviews that I'm so emotional. I'm not in good shape. And when Karpov used to play with Kasparov, they had a different policy. They had to prove that they were really strong. I mean, I lost this game because, of course, I saw that against this and this I have this and this, and after this and this I have this and this. But I didn't. But I forgot. I forgot that after this and this later in the line, I make this and this, and then the point is that after this and this, I cannot do this and this because of this. And actually, I believe that they simply forgot this. I mean, the first move. But they had to show that they overlooked something, forgot something very, very deep. But Ding gives himself like this. Oh no, I play badly. I'm emotional. I think it's a different philosophy. It's a Chinese philosophy, maybe.
It's a good strategy.
Let's play the stupid one, and maybe he will fall into this trap. So for Ding, I was not so surprised that. First of all, H3. I assume there was a Romanian player who suggested that to him, namely Richard Rapport, who is Romanian, if you don't know already.
He's already Romanian?
I thought he was Hungarian.
He was Hungarian before.
He used to be Hungarian, but if you check the Fidelist, he's a Romanian player.
Right.
Well, this you can easily change your gender, so there is no problem to change.
And he's waiting for the citizenship, for the Romanian citizenship as well. He lives in Bucharest for 1 year.
Yes, that's right.
So I was not surprised when he lost the first game. But okay, on the other hand, I thought that, judging from the previous tournaments, that Nepomniachtchi, before the first loss and after the first loss are two different players. But today's game, so I thought that after Ding equalized that this will be something like this for Nepo. But okay, maybe he has worked a bit with his psychological strength. I don't know. He managed to come back. So I'm not so worried yet about Ding that he lost the game. I mean, he can come back. But the good thing is that... Sorry?
May I make a few comments, Sasha?
Yeah, please do.
Well, first of all, I'm learning a great deal looking at you analyzing those games, so thank you very much for that. But I have a couple of questions, one for Mihail and one for Professor Regan. One is, a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, I found about 4 university engineering libraries that had no paper books in them. If a library is about storage management and retrieval of information, paper books don't do it nearly as well as e-books do. So now, Mihail, I was able to download today the very first book that you ever published. It's available as an e-book. You have published a great many books, and very few of them are available as e-books, even though originally you wrote them digitally. So what can be done about that?
Okay, I
Like
played
beautiful
that.
books
I played
like
that.
this.
I
Yes.
played that.
Yes, there we go. Right, want beautiful books like that. I'm all for paper books.
Well, it just shows, Professor, your age. And, when I was in practice, I used to ask the university students where they get the information from, and 90% of the information they got was from a screen, and 10% was from books. Their parents, people like you, would like the feel and even the smell of a book.
Yes, the smell makes it all.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
a university professor, and I think screen information has a value only about 80% of looking at it in hard copy.
Well,
Very interesting. Very interesting.
When I was 13, 14, my father has subscriptions to 4 Soviet magazines and to the Bulgarian one also. And there was this Shahmadi Bulletin, which was published once a month. It contained games without annotations, also some articles, but it contained something like 180, sometimes 200 games without annotations. It was like the modern Twig. So when I was analyzing some line, I remember that I had several Shahmadi Bulletin open at the game that interested me. And the floor in my room, and even under the beds, I had all these magazines like this. My mother, when she came to my place, she could to my room. She could simply not step anywhere. There was no so this is how I used to work. And I remember that. When I received the magazine, especially this Shahmadi Bulletin, because there are so many games, I was just playing them over the board. Maybe not all of them, but those who if I was interested in the player, or if it was just this kind of Soviet unknown players who played the quarterfinals of the I don't know what republic, the championship. If the opening or the diagram was interesting for me, and first I looked at it quickly like this in 2 minutes, and then again 2-3 times, and I think that that was very good, learning, self teaching, let's say. But it was everything. It was analogic, of course, no computers in those times.
Well, there is something to be said for the tactile feeling. But I remember I asked Nakamura's father-in-law, Sunil Weramantri, whether it made any difference, because Hikaru said that he had never read a chess book. He had always learned everything from the screen. And I said, I thought, like what Ken was saying, I thought there was some degradation of your learning ability if you only did it through the screen. And Sunil didn't think so. Obviously the guy was pretty darn strong.
Well, there's chess, or there's learning how to do things in programming. That's
Professor Reagan, some comments about cheating in chess. Recently, all the major publications, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, all of them had something about cheating in chess. So cheating in chess has drawn the attention of the public to a greater extent than ever before. And you yourself are an authority on that. Time magazine had an article in which you were quoted and you were interviewed. And so can skilled cheaters avoid being caught, and has, in fact, the cheating in chess given chess a visibility that it otherwise would not have had?
Well, I'd rather that visibility came from the Queen's Gambit and the burgeoning of chess as an e-sport. But yes, it's made major media for that interest as well. And in fact, there's a documentary on Hulu with ABC News putting out next week on the Neiman Carlsen affair coming up. It tests the theory of whether bad publicity is good publicity or whatever. Any publicity is good publicity. So
if there's any hint of a scandal, people will be tuning in.
To answer your other question, there's a very simple equation. The Court of Arbitration for Sport recognizes several categories of decision making. There's a decision made on balance of probability. There's decision made with comfortable satisfaction, and a decision made beyond reasonable doubt, the criminal standard. And for sporting sanctions, they really recommend the middle one, comfortable satisfaction, but not balance of probability. And it simply follows as the night, the day, that if that's your standard, there are going to be cases that you would say were cheating on balance of probability, but which you cannot sanction because we're following a societal standard of surety, because an incorrect accusation is far more damaging than letting some people go. And so whenever you have that equation, there are going to be cases of cheating that you don't catch. And
that you don't punish.
Oh, don't punish. I mean, yes, don't punish. And the thing is that my statistical system is calibrated to that policy.
I'd like to ask Maria a question.
Oh,
Maria, do you have any new paintings concerning cheating in chess?
Not the other way
What
around.
about cheating? I have about the horse.
Oh, yes, if you have art to show,
the
that's great.
painting is big, so
World
it's better
champion match. Here we go.
to show
Okay.
it this way.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's something about 1 meter at 1 meter, and I very love it. But now
The colors are not so good here in.
yes,
The colors are better than. I mean, in
Oh, it's monumental.
yeah. I don't know why, but now I also started even bigger than that one with so many person, but something about game and analyze game. But okay, this is
and
I just love
Oh,
beauty and horse.
You're definitely making a progress, Maria. Very soon you will go into paintings of the size of last day of Pompeii.
Not yet, because my workplace is not so big, and I hope.
well, in Spain, you'll have more workplace.
Yes,
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 yes.
but it's not so soon. But okay, piano.
Yeah, poco a poco.
Now,
Poquito a poco. Sí.
Nina has sued for large amounts of money a number of people involved over his accusation of being a cheater. Have you been sued, Professor?
Been what?
Have you been sued? Has anybody sued you?
No, I have not had any legal. I have not been party to any legal case. No. So one thing is the things are set up so that that I'm not the only critical system part, as Grandmaster Jakob Agard actually said was a danger. So, for instance, with online platforms, I'm a front-end triager, as I'm doing now with the Olympic esports. I narrow the focus to a few people, but it's the chess.com team that has the official say.
But you are in a privileged situation because you are just doing the background work. I mean, you are just the technical guy.
Yes, but I'm also the public explanation interface often because my model's not compromised by giving the reasons for its determination.
About suing, there is now a case with the Romanian Chess Federation because they caught some young player cheating at the under 14. I don't know what it was, the national championship.
Right.
They caught him somehow, and they banned him from tournaments for 1.5 years.
Makes
and
sense.
now the father sued them. He didn't say that apparently that he didn't cheat, but he said that 1.5 years is too much. So now he sued the federation. So, but somehow, I mean, okay, once you admit that you have cheated, it's 1.5 years. I mean, okay.
Yeah, Swiss sporting law has a maximum of 3 years for a first offense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why FIDE does not ban first offenders for more than that.
So 1.5 years is not so much, actually, no?
Yeah, I mean, I think 1 year would be more typical of what the as the commission has done, but I'd have to review the cases.
I just got this information just like this. I mean, I didn't read so carefully about the case, but I just heard. I read.
Yeah, I've been in contact about that case, in particular whether there was possible cheating in an earlier tournament too.
Well, a year and a half, it's all relative. If you're 20 years old, it's okay. If you're 89 years old, a year and a half, it's long time.
Long time.
Right.
You may not be able to play anymore at all. But with that, I would like to thank you all for participation in today's program.
Thank you.
The Collingwood Chess Festival is coming. It's almost there.
Next weekend.
Beginning of
Thank you for mentioning
May.
it. Thank you.
yeah, and we are all looking forward to get together next Saturday. We'll have more games to look
Right.
at. And interesting what's going to happen there.
By the way, tomorrow we have the Orthodox Easter.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
Congratulations to all.
Of course, Sasha knows, of course.
Okay.
Of course, yes, we do have a lot of friends. Of course,
Thank you for
celebrating
mentioning that. Yes.
who painting their eggs and all
Yes.
that stuff. Yes, we do that. Okay, have a great week, everybody, and we'll
Thank
see
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Miss
Bye-bye.
Ashley.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. It was a good show.
Mhm. Okay.
Oh, we're all disappointed.